Prior to developing MS, I was studying cartoon animation at Sheridan College, and I think I'm still a cartoonist at heart. It's what I'm most passionate about.
My hopes and dreams for the future is to be there for my children, to be a part of their lives like any normal mother would be.
I have gone skydiving, I have gone scuba diving, I've got my advanced certification in scuba diving because I just absolutely love the feeling of what it's like there.
I gotta get out of bed. I gotta get that lunch made. I gotta get her to school. I gotta get those dogs outside. I gotta do whatever I gotta do. And you do. You just do.
I'm passionate about politics. It makes me a horrible person, I know. I'm one of the very lucky people who actually get to do their hobby for a living.
I point out, look at the beautiful sunrise, look at the sunset, oh my gosh, there's a rainbow, look at that pretty flower. If someone says, oh, the weather today is so bad, I'm like, who cares about the weather?
The things that you take for granted every single day were all of a sudden just taken from me, literally overnight.
The hardest part for me was when I lost my hands. As a cartoonist, as a person who likes to write, I found that losing my hands was the biggest blow.
I cannot walk as easily as I would like to from one spot to the next. How do I do it, and how is it going to be a way that I can do it to lead a normal and independent life? I got to start using a wheelchair.
I want to be able to run in the park with my children, which I can't do. I don't have the coordination to put one foot in front of the other to run. I used to ski. I can't ski anymore.
It's like being hungover all the time without the fun of being drunk. That's kind of what the fatigue is. It's a full body experience.
When I found out my sister had MS, I have to say my reaction was a little bit of even anger. You know, wait a second, how is this fair? Why does she have to go through, what I had to go through? It was also some fear because she's got 3 young, beautiful girls and worried about how they're gonna cope and handle it, but quickly shifted that to, no, you know what? It's going to be more of a support. We're going to be here for each other as we always have. We're lucky that we've got such a close relationship, and we're going to get through this together.
It had taken me a while to come to terms with having multiple sclerosis, and I didn't really want to face it. When I finally came to recognize that I did need to face it in order to overcome it, I decided I'll walk with the Super Cities Walk for MS.
My husband and a few of my family members decided to do the Rona MS bike tour last August. So because I was pregnant, I couldn't be involved. So I brought my son and I made him a t-shirt. And this is a t-shirt that I made for him. It says, "Thank you for giving my mommy hope for a cure."
I was the first inductee into the MS Society's Hall of Fame for volunteers. So that's kind of the bigger claim to fame, I think.
And I'm lucky enough when I reach in my pocket I can find $1. But I know there's a lot of people out there who might not have that resource and who may go to the same depths of despair that I was at. I want to help them. I want to help people who have this so that they don't have to go through these things that I went through.
I would never be so egotistical as to assume that I'm the best example to follow, but certainly being allowed to be an example for other people to follow, to inspire people to face their illnesses, and even just staying optimistic and letting people realize that it's not the end of the world, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a freight train coming to hit you. One day, there'll be a cure, I have no doubt, and I'll be able to take both halves of my life, the part before a cure and the part after, and I'll be able to put them together and turn them into a person greater than either of them were individually.
To constantly be doing as much as we possibly can do to find that cure and to realize that we have reached our goal, that is absolutely a wonderful feeling. It would be a whole new way of having to adapt to living. It's like, okay, now what do we do?
People shouldn't have to go through this, is basically it. This is a horrible, horrible, degenerative condition that people with MS have. And I don't want people to have to go through it.
But this is what gives me hope, that there is going to be a cure. That I will be able to participate in my children's lives. And I will be there. And I won't be saying, or my husband won't be saying, no, Mom, you can't do that.
Now, it's one thing, yes, it affects the person as well, but it also affects the entire family. I think of my mother having to deal with the fact that both her girls have MS. I want to find a cure so badly because I don't want any other families to have to go through this.
And imagine the fear that we both go through with wondering, oh my God, what does this mean for our children? And that's why we must find a cure, because I don't want to think about that future for them.